Today's episode is brought to you by the Be Real Podcasting Network. For more episodes like this, check out BREELnetwork.com.
Hey Jake, I like video games.
Hey Tony, I like video games too.
Welcome to Hey, I Like That Game. I know it's been a while since we've done an episode.
A very long time.
But the wait was worth it because I think this game is fantastic. Regularly on what I see of people's like top 10 GameCube games, this game is phenomenal. I love this game so much. What we're playing this episode is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Second entry in the Paper Mario series after the one for the N64. It's a fantastic game. So I played this a ton as a kid. But Jake, what was your experience with this?
This was my first time playing a Paper Mario game. I had always known about it, but honestly, the art style really just turned me off immediately.
Really?
So that's why I never actually played one of these games. But I love the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga games on the Game Boys. I've played I think 3 or 4 of those, and always enjoy them.
Similar mechanics, but different, but still very different.
Yeah. This is my first time. This game is exceedingly difficult to Google because of the very long name. That's my first comment, first ding against it. But no, it was fun. It's I enjoy a good RPG, especially JRPG, turn-based sort of gameplay. It's been a while since I've been able to play one, just because. I'm an adult now and don't have as much time to just sit and play a 30-hour RPG. And this is like a 20-25 hour game. I mean, I just try to fly through it, and even so, it takes a while.
My in-game clock was 34, 35 hours. But I also spent some time doing some of the extra stuff. Because I actually, like I said, I really, really enjoy this game. And let's just get right into it. One of the major things about this game, and JRPGs in general, are their battle systems. I feel like that's always a central piece of a turn-based JRPG. How do they innovate in the space of their battle system? And I think this game does it in one of the smartest ways, where it's simple, but it's still very engaging. Because I think a lot of people don't like JRPGs, the turn-based stuff, because they're kind of slow. But this game kind of turns that on its head by being a very active battle system, in that you have to take into account the physical structure of enemies before you pick attacks. If you're jumping on a guy with spikes on his back, you're gonna get hurt, so you have to use your hammer or use a different partner that can do damage to those type of enemies. And then there's that whole stylish the flourishes you can do to all your moves.
Yeah, there's a big timing mechanic, both with the attacks and with the dodges. That does give it a very active role to combat. It's not like a Final Fantasy where it's select attack, select enemy,
watch them fight.
Yeah, you're
an active participant.
Right, and that I don't know, it makes the combat much more engaging, much more fun. Difficult, it actually has a skill cap to it, aside from just number crunching.
Right, it is hard. I mean, so in a lot of JRPGs, they have outrageous numbers. In Final Fantasy, 9,999 was kind of was the max forever. And Paper Mario, I never saw anything higher than a 15, maybe a 20.
Oh yeah,
in terms of numbers.
Late game combat, you're maybe getting to a dozen damage or something like that. The numbers are very small.
Yeah, which it seems like such a weird thing to comment on, but it makes crunching the numbers easier, and it makes battles harder too. I feel because I don't know, if you get hit with something that does 10 damage, that is crippling to you. That's a big chunk of life. So every bit of HP is worth more to you because there's always less of it.
Right, and the small numbers I don't know, for some reason it also seems to remove some of the weight of combat. I'm not sure if you felt this way, but I don't know, it feels cool to have the max 9,999 damage attacks in like other RPGs, but when you're fighting the last boss and your jumps are doing like 6 to 7 damage, it's kind of I don't know, it seems sort of disheartening.
Well, I mean, like, I boosted my characters a lot, like, so.
Oh yeah.
I built my character. I know we're jumping around all over the place. Let's focus on the battle sticks. I was about to get into like the badge system, which is fucking great. But in battle, so like each one of your attacks is kind of, there's a performance piece to it. So like, here's an example. Mario's hammer attack. You don't just click on it and then he hits somebody with a hammer. You have to hold left on your joystick and then let go at max power. Like, you see a little gauge in the corner and you have to, it's like a little timing mini game. But as soon as you like finish a hammer strike, you can hit A and he does like a backflip. And if you hit A again, he like throws his arms up. So like, it's a stylish thing, and that's all timing based. The game doesn't tell you when to press the button. You have to experiment and figure it out. So part of the fun of getting a new move is trying to figure out, okay, what's the like stylish button prompt that I need to do here.
Right.
And that goes to not just Mario, but his partner characters too. Like when you get a new character, it's not just that, oh, I have a new ability to use, outside of battle, but inside of battle, I have new attacks and new stylish points to try to figure out.
Yeah, and that actually has like a gameplay mechanic to it. So the battles in this game take place on like a stage, and there's an audience there watching you perform. And if you do more like flourishes and whatnot, they'll, I guess, like cheer you on more. Then you have like a chance to get items in the middle of a fight. And also, there can be audience members that want to throw stuff at you, so you always have to be aware of the audience, because then you can like knock them out if they're trying to like hit you with a brick or something.
Yeah, they just like throw a rock at you randomly.
This game has some like tiny little just like things in it that make it very enjoyable and very interesting. And the combat, for sure, is great. One of the things that I think I might kind of ding against the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga games, especially the later ones, is that the special moves like the mini games behind them are so involved and time consuming that you don't even want to do the special attacks by late game, because it's like, I don't want to waste like 45 seconds just to do this one attack. Sure, it's going to do huge damage, but like, I just don't have the patience for this anymore with this long of a game. But in this game, they're shorter,
compact.
Yeah, and they're still like difficult, and there's still like a skill cap to them and everything. But it's just like they're snappy, and it makes it more worth it to get good at your specials.
I totally agree, and the timing aspect of it, like the bigger moves, isn't just a guaranteed chunk of damage. I know, like the spring jump move that you get kind of late game, that move in particular, it does a lot of damage on the initial impact, but you have to get the timing right to do the second part of the move that basically doubles the damage. So again, when you're dealing with damage numbers that are normally very low, the difference between doing 6 damage and doing like 11 or 12 is a lot. It is a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's great, and it's great that, again, it's performance based. So if you fuck up, it's because you fucked up.
Right.
If you lose a battle when you're doing something like that, like you didn't hit the defense right, like on the right timing or something, like that's on you. I like how it gives you that opportunity.
Right, and the skill progression of the game is very solid. You never have to grind to build up levels because of the active battling system. You never feel like you're under leveled for a fight. It's always an issue of timing and working on skills and learning the patterns of the enemy. So that gives it a level of challenge different than other turn-based RPGs, in that you don't have to, level up your character to like learn new moves and stuff like that. It's just a matter of
based on your skill.
Yeah.
And the other skillful part about it is, because I got deeper into the battle system this time than I ever had when I played it as a kid. I don't know why it grabbed me so tight, but like to explain another piece of this game is like, so you have HP, flower points, which acts as like your magic points, so that's like what you use to use spells, different special moves and stuff, and then it has badge points, and badge points allow you to equip items that give you abilities. So
like passive boosts.
Right, passive boost or active, like a new spell. Like I didn't use a lot of the spells they gave you. I only used one, Fire Drive. But like you could get a new spring move, like a new jump move. You could get a hammer move that, like, let's say Fire Drive, for instance, is a ball of fire drops from above your head, and you have to swing at the fireball like a baseball bat, or more like a golf swing. And like Mario hits it with his hammer, and it hits all enemies on the ground and burns them. It's an awesome little move. But like the genius of the badge system is you can upgrade those points at every time you get a level, and instead of putting it into HP and flower points, like your additional boost, I put everything into badge points and augmented my character a ton through that. Like by the end of the game, I had 2 different power boosts on Mario, so he just did more damage for basic attacks. One on my partner, and then stuff that like a zap shield. So if every guy tried to physically attack you, it would do 1 damage to them. A bunch of stuff like that. Like I got super into like the building of your character, but like, and that allowed me to go fight enemies that were supposed to be stronger than me, but because I was smart in using the systems and I was good at always getting to defense, always getting the extra star points to do more of those attacks. Like it fed the battle system, Right,
and like the leveling up factor is another thing that makes this game much more engaging than other like long JRPGs, and the fact that it is so much more customizable. When you level up, you're not just getting like a bunch of different stats thrown at you that are like RNG boosted. You choose a specific item, so that or a specific aspect to boost up, and that allows you to customize your style so much more than other RPGs. And again, just keeps making it more engaging. That's just I don't know. This game is just surprisingly deep, and it does so many things to sort of buck normal like JRPG traditions, and that really speaks to its favor, and it really makes it, in the end, a much more compelling game.
Yeah, I totally agree. From a battle system perspective, like the thing that we haven't mentioned about this game really, that I think is like its biggest selling point, is its charm. The game is it's oozing charm from every orifice, like from the dialogue to the characters to everything.
The art
is great.
style.
Yeah, it looked, that game, if it came out today, would still be unbelievable to look at.
Oh yeah,
they have a timeless art style there.
It's a prime example of like Nintendo. A good art style beating good graphics. Yep. In the games just like looking good continuously. Like all the games that try like realistic graphics from that standpoint don't look super great. We talked about that in Rogue Squadron 2. But this game, it still has the same graphical capabilities of the GameCube, but since it's so stylized, it still looks amazing. And the way they work with like basically like the paper aesthetic, I don't know, it's just like there's really like a lot to do there and a lot to play around with, like the dragons.
Hooktail and Boomtail.
They have like this big like folded paper look, so they still have like 3 dimensions, but they're like all their sides are flat and everything.
Yeah,
and it looks
like an origami thing.
Right. It's cool. That was one of the things I don't know why I was so thrown as it by a kid that I didn't want to play the Paper Mario games, but actually playing the game and being involved with it at this point, I can really appreciate what it's doing.
Yeah, it does interesting things, and like you said, with like the paper mechanic to it, it makes things look great, but then that mechanic spills over into gameplay. So like part of the way this game works is you're traveling, like you're Mario, Peach is missing, obviously.
Typical.
Fucking, of course. But, like, at least this time Bowser isn't the main bad guy. He's actually used in a very unique way in this game. Different than I would have thought. Different than I remembered from a kid. But, so, Peach got kidnapped. Mario gets, like, a magic treasure map or whatever that's, like, does whatever. Like, the setup to the story doesn't make a lot of sense. It's just like, just go with it. Just fucking go with it. But, like, through the course of your adventure, you're trying to gather these crystal stars and stop the, bad alien people from taking over the world. But, like, along your journey, you get these paper powers, which are framed up as curses, but they're actually like beneficial to you.
That's actually a pretty funny, like, one of the like quirky bits of this is you like come across these chests, and they're like really ominous, and like somebody's inside of it, and then you open it up and it's like, haha, now I'm gonna curse you, and then they give you like a new superpower.
It's like, I'm gonna fold you up into all these different folds and flaps and make you, a paper airplane. Like, that's gonna hurt.
Don't you look weird now?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, ooh, I'm gonna get you. Like, it's like the dumbest. The humor is so dumb at times. It's so great. But then you have to traverse the actual game world with those paper powers, and it becomes kind of a mini game. Some of them work better than others. Like, I think the paper airplane is the worst thing ever. Oh
yeah.
My god, I fucking hated using that thing. The boat wasn't bad, but like whatever. The rolling up, like the little, like where you like, yeah, like so you can like turn the perspective of Mario, so he's was it perpendicular to the screen, so then he's like a sheet of paper and he can slide through like small gaps, but then he can also like roll himself up into like a little hot dog and just like roll around the ground.
Little Mario dog. I mean, they're really just like things to wall off progress, which I mean like every game has, but I don't know, it's like the same issue that a lot of games have where like you come across something like later in the game and it's like, oh shit, I completely forgot I had that power and I completely overlooked this, small crack in the wall I need to get into. So I mean, they're like neat, they're inventive, they work around with the art style and like I think works with the gimmick well, but it's also just sort of like annoying to have that as like a progress wall.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just bad. I feel like the layout of some of these levels and like the A to B moments, like connecting between like after a chapter is complete and you're they're trying to set up the next world you're gonna go to and the next people you're gonna fight or whatever the story beat may be, like traversing Rogueport, which is the central hub for this game, can be really fun sometimes, and then other times really slow and boring and like frustrating at times too. Like
right,
I feel like at the end of the game they are stretching it out to a point where it's like, man, the pacing was really good for this, and then it seems like the last 2 chapters of this game are 50% of the overall playtime because you're just running back and forth between one end of a level to the other, from one world to another, which are, they're not put right next to each other. You have to fucking traverse long distances for some really like silly objectives sometimes.
Yeah, isn't it like you have to like track down this one general to shoot you to the moon, obviously, and you keep like going to the different worlds or like levels you were at before and like run into people who are like, oh yeah, I just saw him, he went to the forest level. Then you go to the forest level and it's like, oh yeah, he was just at the island level. Then it's like you're just running all over just to have like a line of dialogue, and it's just it's padding, it's asinine.
Yeah, exactly. Like this game could have been 2.5, 3 hours shorter,
and it would be good. It would be better for that.
It would be way better for that. Like I felt like I can't remember what chapter it is, but the island level. I remember that one specifically where I wrote a note like, oh my god, like why are they doing this? Because you're literally running from one end of the island to the other to have one piece of dialogue with one person just to go back to the same area you were in to open up this cave. It's like, why? Like, why are you making me run across the level like that? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I think the way this game is presented is amazing. So like we were saying with the battle system, everything's on a stage. You're performing for an audience. That stage play mentality is exactly how the scenes are set up in the like story beats. So like after you finish a chapter, so after you beat the bad guy, you get the Crystal Skull. There's like, it's like end of chapter. And then it does a little transition to another character, another story that isn't attached to what you just went through. So this is where Bowser will show up. This is where these interesting pieces of story where Peach is talking to a computer that's like trying to like be human. Like he's trying to understand humanity.
No, it's like a computer falls in love with Peach.
Peach is so great that even computers fall in love with her.
Exactly, yeah. After watching her shower, the computer falls in love with Peach.
Yeah, like, a little creepy. Okay, here's a really funny part. When you go back to the moon base where she's being held and she's not there. If you go into her room, into like the bathroom, there's an enemy hiding in her shower. That's creepy. This shit's creepy.
Well, so another just like really funny thing that happens in between missions is like occasionally Luigi will show up. He'll just be like at the main hub town, just standing there, and you like walk up, hey Luigi, what's going on? And then throughout the story, he is telling you of his own like adventure that he's going on while you're doing your stuff, where he's trying to save Princess Eclair from like of the Waffle Kingdom or something like that. And it's just like he goes on these super long stories like every single time, just like all this dialogue. And they're all just so ridiculous, and it sounds like so like it's hard to describe, but it's like so consistently like outlandishly hilarious.
This is a genuinely funny game, and you hit the nail right in the head. The Luigi stuff is so good. Like the one that I remember the most vividly is I think it's right after Hooktail. Like so early in the game, like Luigi's telling this crazy story about how he also like took down a giant or something like that because you had just killed a dragon. So like he had to like be on the same level as you, and says all this outrageous stuff. Then the partner that's behind him, like another like enemy, like it'll be a Goomba or whatever, like something different. Different enemy type than what you have, and then they're like, "This guy's full of shit. That's not how this happened. He totally fell, like he fell ass backwards into this. Like he saved the day, but like not because he's good at this. It's the game consistently shits on Luigi.
Oh yeah,
like it's great. Even Bowser takes a pop shot at him, and it's fucking hilarious. He's like, "Wait a second, even Luigi beat me here? Good God!" It's man. Good.
Luigi never gets any love.
Yeah. I think this game is like super meta too, like in terms of its like writing, because it addresses you, the player, all the time.
Oh
like,
yeah, a lot of fourth wall broke. Right. Yeah. There's like a time where you have like this group of pirates and you're sailing to an island, and like one of the crew is just like one of the bad guys in disguise. And then he, like, at one point, like, turns to the camera and it's like, hey, I'm talking to you behind the TV. Like, I know you know who I am, but don't tell Mario. Like, that
yeah,
sort of
exactly.
thing.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Which, like, I don't know, this stuff isn't, like the most amazing jokes, but, like, within the context and the world, it's kind of, like, more whimsical. So that, like, kind of, like, dumb humor works better.
Right, it's like a cartoon.
Exactly.
It's like a kid's cartoon. Level of humor. Every once in a while, it'll get like really, I don't know if it's like deep, but like kind of almost, it would be over your head as a young kid. Like I wrote down this one specifically. So you remember in Twilight Town where you have to listen to the crows, like talk about certain things, like they have to give you clues.
Mm-hmm.
So like the next thing, so you have to hide as Vivian. So you sink into the shadows, right by a tree where there'll be 2 or 3 crows talking to one another. And this is literally the dialogue that they said. I've been really depressed lately thinking about the depletion of fossil fuels. Literally the conversation they had on a fairly deep level. This game came out in what? 2004.
Yeah.
So like, fucking, what is happening? That completely blew me away. As like that's the funniest shit ever. Like why wouldn't these crows be talking
Obviously,
about?
right?
Yeah, duh.
In the creepy town where people get turned into 3D pigs.
Yeah.
That's just like this game has so many great different settings. So like the main hub town's like it's like roguish seaport. There's like a gallows in the middle of town, which is again like a little dark.
Right.
Then, like, yeah, going, like, through the levels, you got, like, a big flowery meadow, which is, kind of not super unique, but there's, like, Castle with a Dragon. Then after that is basically, like, a great Deku Tree-looking thing, but it's, like, it's weirdly, like, monochromatic. Yeah, it's very stylized, and it works very well.
It's, like, majority of it's black and white, but it does these, like, highlights and, like, bright neon colors.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, everything pops. Everything pops.
It looks
in that
great,
level.
yeah.
It's a really, that's a great
Then
level.
the third
What-
chapter, my favorite chapter, the Glitz Pit.
Oh, I knew that'd be your favorite.
It's
I
just
knew
like
it.
you're basically like you become a wrestler, and the entire chapter is about like working your way up the ranks so you can fight Rockhawk. He's like this big, like yellow bird with like a flowing mohawk and looks like a old school WWE wrestler.
He's Hulk Hogan.
He's Hulk Hogan, yeah.
He's Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
Hawk Hogan.
It's yeah. It's that chapter's really great. I fucking really like that chapter is where the charm was like turned up to 11 because it goes for a WWF it goes for a wrestling thing and nails it where people are jumping in from the crowd like, hey, you fucking idiot, like I'm
Right.
gonna fight you right now. like Bowser just like drops in, it's like fuck it, and like tries to, and like just completely owns Rockhawk, just fucking owns his shit. It's amazing. Oh my god, like when Bowser just kind of pops up like that, it's never super useful to the story, but it's like perfect. It's like the perfect little exclamation point there. It's like, yes, Bowser just shows up to be just to be Bowser.
Just
you
be
know,
Bowser, yep.
he's just this big motherfucker that's kind of dumb. It's great.
Yeah. So there's that. The next one is actually a really interesting level. So that's the town where people
Twilight
are
Town,
turned
yeah.
into pigs, and it's weird because like the pigs that people get turned into is like a different art style, so it's very like jarring and like Uncanny Valley-y. And then it's really cool. So you fight the boss in this one. And he's like this shape-shifting ghost, and at the end of the battle, middle of the battle, he transforms and like shape-shifts into Mario as well. And then after the battle's finished, you think like, oh cool, like we're all good here. But it turns out that he switched places with you, and you like play as Mario's shadow for the rest of the level. And then the final boss is you fight him in your form, but he has all your friends on his side. So it's a cool like role reversal sort of thing, and it's a well done chapter, and it's a whole lot of fun. And again, yeah, it's just like really stylized and it works very well.
The other cool thing about that chapter in particular is, so the partner that you meet in that chapter, because every chapter you get a new partner until very late in the game.
Mm-hmm.
The partner that you make on the Twilight Town chapter 4 is Vivian, who is an enemy you had been fighting previously.
Yeah.
So like they did a very good job in like the transition scenes in between acts to kind of set up Vivian as a potential partner. But I mean, if you had never played the game before, never really looked at the characters, you're not going to see that one coming until it actually happens. You're like, oh, awesome! You're like, it's a cool little switch, and she's a great character too. Like I like Vivian as a character.
Oh yeah, for sure. This game has a lot of good characters. We haven't really even talked about the different partners you have. So
oh my god, wait, I want to talk about the other chapters first. Though.
Okay, all right.
So
let's see.
the island is next. The keys.
Yep, and you fight this really cool skeleton ghost, and then you take
Cortez.
then you take his ship with him, and then you get in this big ship battle with the enemy alien X-Nauts thing.
X-Nauts, yeah.
It's cool.
But that character Cortez is fucking the pirate.
Yep.
The pirate ghost is fucking fantastic. He's just so he's just like, whatevs, man. I'm fucking whatever. I'm a ghost pirate.
Exactly.
He's like a surfer dude. Like it makes no sense. But it's great. It's so good. And the partner in that one. Well, we'll talk about partners.
We'll get to partners
after this. But yeah, that's a good one. Next chapter is
it's the
interesting
train.
story. But I want to get your take on this one.
Uh-huh.
Did you like this chapter? Or did you not like this?
Not
chapter?
really. I think the premise is cool. It's basically like you're on a luxury train, and then there's like this almost like mystery about it, and then it's like turns out that you're just like fighting some like weird generic enemy. Puffball monster. That's really the only way I can describe it.
You know, I think this chapter it was one of the first moments where like I kind of, my fond memories, like nostalgia was crushed because I remember this train level as a kid thinking that it was genius. I was like, oh man, they did like a murder on the Orient Express, but like kid style, because it's a train mystery. Like they're trying to make it like a murder mystery on a train, but like instead of murder, it's like, oh, my bags are lost,
Yep.
or like somebody stole my earrings, like that kind of shit.
Hey,
But it doesn't work.
no.
It doesn't work at all.
This is where the cracks of the game start to show, and like,
Yep.
this is getting to the end, and it's like, okay, let's go, let's get to the end, let's wrap this up now, let's save Peach, and then like this chapter is also just way too long.
Yeah,
and it's not.
It takes a long time, and you
Yeah.
know what? The wrestling chapter takes a long time
Oh, yeah.
too. Like,
But that one
like,
has like
some
the
of these-
charm and fun to like keep it going, and like you don't have to like
Right,
fight
this
the
one
same enemy
doesn't.
type. Yeah.
yeah, this one doesn't though. Until the very end of it, because the transition scene of chapter 6 is where Bowser fights Rockhawk again.
Oh yeah.
and he just fucking owns them, and it's great. But and then chapter 7 is you're going to the moon. That one's dumb.
Yeah, it's
a
just
dumb
like,
chapter.
you'd think like being on the moon in a Mario game would be more engaging than this turned out to be.
Yeah, it was really dumb. Like I liked, so the moon is apparently where like the enemies are from, the X-Nauts, and it's somewhat interesting that so the scenes that you're playing as Peach, you're in this level, but you have access to like no moves, no battle, no anything really as Peach. You're kind of just walking around, but you do actually get somewhat of a sense of the layout of that final level.
Yeah.
Because of the Peach stuff, which I thought was interesting, but like still not great. And then the last chapter is basically like the final boss
Right.
shit.
Final
Boss
It was
runs.
disappointing because like at this point you finally like open the 1,000-year door and I'm like, ooh, what kind of cool thing are they gonna do with this? And it's like, nah, it's kind of like spooky mansion vibe.
Yeah, I never understood either how the bad guy was able to get into the Shadow Palace of Shadow. That's like the final. That's behind the 1,000-year door.
Yeah.
Like the whole game, he's talking about I need to get like through this door, and then like he somehow gets in there without us opening the door. Like I didn't. The story breaks down all the way. Like the last 2 chapters, like the story just falls apart completely.
Yeah.
Um,
it sucks that this game sort of like peters out instead of ending on a very triumphant note.
Right? Like, and I like the final boss. Like the evil Peach, possessed thing was like, that's a little rote as like a story beat.
Right.
But the actual fight itself, I mean, the boss is 150 HP, which is a ton. Like
Oh, yeah.
before that,
It's crazy
you're only
high.
fighting stuff that's sub 100. I think like maybe 80 was the most he had seen before this boss fight.
Right, yeah.
So it's almost double.
You fight like a Gloomtail, like the other big dragon, and she only has 70 HP. Or he.
Yeah. So the boss is like a big motherfucker.
Right.
But I like that boss fight. I had a lot of fun with that boss fight.
I think so too, and it doesn't. It's like it's long, but it doesn't ever feel like too drawn out.
Dude, again, all right, let's talk about the partners.
Let's talk about
'cause
the
that's-
partners. Yeah.
They're the most charming thing in this game.
Right.
Let's just be real.
Okay.
Let's be real.
So let's go through.
Let me run them down here.
Yep.
So we got Goombella, who is a Goomba, a pink Goomba that has like a little miner's cap
a
on.
lady Goomba.
A lady Goomba. She is like your. She does like a jump attack, and she will tattle on an enemy, which basically gives you like all their stats. Like here's how much HP they have and stuff.
Yep.
But like, she's written in a way that's usually I hate this character, but she's all right. Like she's all right.
Like
not bad.
Like the spunky girl who's like really smart and tries super hard and I don't know, stuff like that. I get that. Yeah. This game takes archetypes and makes them enjoyable.
Yeah. Like. Because she will have these really funny quips every once in a while. It's like, oh, all right.
All right, hey, you
That's
go.
hey, okay.
Snaps.
Like usually I don't like the Goomba character because like the Goomba character in the first Paper Mario, I didn't like him either because I just don't like their kit. I never use the moves that they have. But she's actually written in a way where it's like enjoyable. I actually started using her a little bit towards the end of the game. Next character is the best character
Koops.
in any video game ever. Koops, man.
Also, your cat's name.
Awesome, dude. Namesake.
Wait,
It's
really?
like, this
I
is-
didn't even know
yeah.
that. I guess I kind of like just put that together about 5
Yeah.
seconds ago.
No, like Koops is like my favorite character. I
Really?
I like Koops a lot. I use Koops the most in the game. I like his story, like because he's not outlandish. Like Koops' whole deal is he's a turtle, a Koopa Troopa.
It looks like he got
that
punched
has
in
like
the face.
Yeah, right? He looks like he's beat up. He's very like kind of a bland design, but like his whole thing is that, hey, like my dad went to go fight Hooktail and didn't come back. I'm too much of like a bitch. Like that's the way he like describes himself. He's like, I'm a coward. I can't fight anything, but like I want to do this. I want to prove to people that I am, better. Or like I have guts. I'm tough.
Yeah.
And then he kills a dragon. Like it's great. And his quips are great throughout the game too. Like he's the chillest character. And his moveset's great.
He does
like,
have good moves.
Shooting his
like anything where you can attack all characters is very, very nice.
You get it super early on, and then like his fourth, like his alt, like his final unlocked power.
Did you say his alt?
His alt, yeah, his alt. Koops' alt. Shell Slam. It's great because it hits all enemies and it ignores defense. So like I use it all the time to clear out enemies while I was trying to like hustle through the end game.
Yeah.
Koops.
That wasn't actually the cat.
That was not the cat.
Then there's Madame Fleury, who is a busty cloud. It's the best way to describe her.
I would agree. That is it.
So she has like, I don't know, like wind powers, sort of, which
she's an opera singer, so she's got the pipes.
Got the pipes, and she's all right. Comes in handy sometimes. Sort of not really too much going on with that character.
Her and Goombella, I use the least.
Yeah, same.
But here's the thing that Madame Flurry has, is that she has a big health pool.
Yes.
And she is one of the most... She has a very deep health. I think she has like 40 HP or something like that. It's like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, when you fully upgrade her, she gets tanky.
Yeah, so there's a couple of times where I was fighting like tough battles, and I would switch her in, like be a wall. Like take a couple hits for me while I build up star power,
Yep.
She's good.
Yeah.
Next is your boy.
Little Yoshi. What'd you name him?
I always name the Yoshi Renji.
So when you're in at the like the wrestling place, you like find an egg that follows you around for a while, and then this little spunky Yoshi sporting a red mohawk and like angry eyes hops out, and it's just like is ready to kick ass immediately after birth.
Yeah,
and
he does not slow down an instant.
He does not. No, dude hits hard too.
Yeah, he does a lot of damage.
I don't know. I like his attitude.
His attitude is great, and he's always like, and he had the most useful partner ability. I feel like. You jump on his back.
Yeah, because outside of battle, he can run fast. Which I feel bad about because he's a baby Yoshi. He's tiny.
It's a very small baby.
Giant Mario continues his history of abusing Yoshis by jumping on this newborn baby and riding him around. But little Yoshi he deals.
I think little Yoshi likes it because he's all about fighting. Like he's like the most spunky character in this entire game.
He is bloodthirsty.
Yeah, he's lit. He's absolutely lit. I love it. The guy is fired up. He's got a good moveset too. Like Gulp and Gulp's a good movie. Like he'll do the Yoshi thing where he picks him up in your mouth and then spits the enemy out. But like it can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, which is also hilarious when you like have the larger enemies and this tiny Yoshi just goes up and swallows them whole and spits them out.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about that and the trepidation I had in using him was certain enemies you couldn't gulp, or at least it felt like that.
True.
Like
bosses.
Yeah, like I would try to do it on certain characters. Like, oh, it didn't work. I just wasted 4 MP. Shit. But yeah, Yoshi's good. I really like Vivian, the next character, the Shadow. So
the next two partners are like the most like developed, really have like the most like fleshed out backstories.
Yeah,
I guess Koops has a pretty good one, but like Vivian for sure because she's an enemy that you come across, and she's like with her two sisters. Her two sisters, treat her like crap, but Mario's nice to her. So then she ends up like switching sides when you fight fake Mario at the end, and yeah.
Her moveset is great because she built right into like her basic attack is burning, so she can apply a burn, which is great. Does 1 damage over time for I think 2 or 3 turns, but yeah, like that's just her normal move, and then she'll get Fiery Jinx, which will hit all enemies and burn them, I use that constantly. All the time.
That move that just like clears out mobs.
Yeah. Like I built part of my build with putting a power, like one of the badges to like boost partners was for Vivian's Fiery Jinx. Like I went all flower points and badge points. Like I only ended the game with like 35 HP.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I use my partners to tank hits. Like the next character, Admiral Bombery. This guy.
Okay. This dude, it's like tragic. So you have to go to like sail to an island, and this is the only person that can get you there. He's like, boss of the seas, but he doesn't sail anymore because his wife died, and he never got like closure because he missed his death because he was
he was sailing
on high seas.
Yeah.
And then you find a letter that his wife wrote to him that like never actually got. Then you give it to him, and it's like this really like emotional letter from her, and then he basically like gets his will to sail back after basically reconciling with his wife's death.
Yeah,
there's a lot of depth in like this quirky, fun Mario game.
That was
that guy.
That was the first time where the game like, oh man, you actually told like a really emotional tale, and there's reason. Like they give reason to this character for like really joining you for the long haul.
Right.
That was a really well done portion of the story, I think. But he's also an awesome character. Like he does a ton of damage. He's got a ton of health too, which was like surprising.
Because he's a bomb, so he like blows up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Also, great character design on this because it's a bomb. It's a bomb with legs, but they give him like this patched up sea captain hat. Like he has this giant like gray mustache. This dude looks awesome.
And he's got a wheel. He's got like a ship wheel on his back. Babam said like the turnkey thing. His is a wheel.
Oh yeah.
So it spins. He's such a like. I can't like. Anybody who's listening to this should look up the characters to this game and just like look at how well they're designed. They're all super unique and very cool. Especially
like there's not a whole lot of depth. Like they're like pretty basic as far as like a design standpoint, but they have so much charm and uniqueness to them, and like they fit so well with the art style of the game. This game does, it's just like amazing presentation, and the characters, especially like all the partners, are just emblematic of that.
Did you
just like great charm?
Did you get the optional character?
No, I hate that mouse.
You didn't get Miss Mouse? Miss Mouse is great.
There's like this thieving mouse character that has a huge crush on Mario, and she's an optional character that I actually didn't know because I'm looking at the wiki page right now.
Yeah.
And I'm checking out that she's the optional one.
You never got her, so you don't even. Yeah, she's great. So I usually get her kind of late in the game, but by late game I have so many shines like to level your partners up that I always like max her out because Smooch. She's the only character to have healing built into her kit, like for Mario for Mario, because everybody else has life steal for themselves, and she can steal stuff. Like I got really into using items in this game, so like having her be able to steal items off people was great. She's an alright character. It's kind of cool.
This is one of those RPGs where like the buff items I think really come in handy. Whereas I think in a lot of other games, it's like, you accumulate a bunch of buff items by finding them in the world. It's just like fodder that you sell at the shop so you can buy healing stuff.
Yeah, this game
But
works.
in this game, they're because the numbers are small. So if you can basically up your damage by 50%, going from 4 to 6 damage is huge.
Bigger leaps between like the difference between 1 and 2 is so much different because of the scale of the numbers. Yeah, they mean a lot more. So yeah, that's why I built buffs. So I would use the star power buff to like give me at least +3 at the beginning of like a boss fight. So you get +3 attack, +3 defense, and then I had 2 buffs on Mario already, so that's a +5 to any basic attack. It was so good. I ripped through some bosses. Did you do the Pit of 100 Trials?
No, If we had more time, I think I would have gone for it a little bit, but I've never messed around with that.
It's actually super fun. So I think that's where I lost like maybe 2 hours or so, is like playing through that. Because I got to level 40 or something in the pits very early in the game. Like I had just gotten Vivian, just like using different items in between fights, like pausing right before I start like a battle with one of the enemies to readjust my badges for the situation, to go on like really deep runs in the pits. That part was really fun. Like I actually recommend like booting it back up and giving it a shot, because it's fun. It's really fun.
Okay.
But again, I really like the battle system in this game. You know, I got super into that side of it. And there's some useful items in there. Like there's an item that doubles your inventory of held items. And then there's
Damn, that would have been nice.
and then there's a badge where you could use 2 items in a turn. So that's how you can generate a shit ton of damage, quickly. You know, just I always had like a ton of like lightning bolts and like the little frost item. I would use that shit all the time.
Oh yeah.
This game's good.
It's a good game. All right, so let's get into our gripes with it. I think we've talked about how it's too long.
Too long.
It runs out of steam maybe like 15, 20 hours in, but then there's like another 10 hours.
Yeah, that's a 20 to 23 or 4 hour game. You know, like that.
Yeah, this game is a commitment.
Yeah, it's a bit of a commitment. Yeah, but
which is fine. Like it's fine for games to be long. I have no gripe with that. It's I think better than games being too short, but like this game definitely overstays its welcome.
Yeah, I could see why some people have trouble finishing this game. I think it starts off very well. I think it has really good pacing at the beginning of the game, and then it hits a fucking giant wall at like chapter 6, and that sucks. It sucks. That
real bad.
And it's not. I had to force myself through a lot of it, which. You shouldn't have to do that. Like, this game is too good to have to do that. What else did you not like?
So, not really like the battle system, but with the kind of like the development and like leveling up in general. This game doesn't have the same sense of power growth as I enjoy in other RPGs. So like that's partially a symptom of the smaller numbers, which helps to simplify it, but it also simplifies it. So there's like a sort of depth there, but there's not like a whole lot of growth, I feel.
Yeah.
And the other thing that, again, this is very minor, but the way you level up is you get 100 like star points. And you get those best points from
killing
enemies and whatnot, as you do in normal RPGs. But it's always 100. There's no like increase or scaling of that from level to level. It's always 100. So even late game, like enemies aren't dropping a ton of XP. That's not like a huge increase in that. It's usually like a flatter, smaller number. So again, that gets in the way of you making you feel like you're really growing more powerful during the game.
Yeah.
And that's what makes Endgame a little less compelling, is because you don't feel like you've become like super badass. You're still Mario, but you're just Mario a bit better.
Yeah, so I agree, but I think that's really based on how you play the game. So like because I went through the Pit of Trials, like I probably had a couple levels on you at the end of the game. Like I was probably, because I was at like B tier star super early on in the game. I got to A-list before I got to the moon. So, because I was playing in the Pit of Trials, so you get a lot of XP from that. Like, I would get 2 levels every time I, like, do a run. And I think I went into it 3 times. So, like...
Okay, so that's a lot of grinding, yeah.
Right. And, like, but I was having fun with it, and then I knew, if I could just get 10 more levels deep, I can get this one badge that will help me out extremely. Like, some of my best badges, like, the ones I used throughout the entire game came from the pit. So that... I didn't run into that same thing. I actually felt overpowered going through some of the stuff because, again, I built badge points. So it depends on how you build your character. You know, that customization, it's a double-edged sword. Like, you could throw a ton of points into health early game. You're going to make it, but it's going to be a slower slog, I guess, I feel like.
Okay.
But the only reason, like, I had such a better time with that part of it is because, I knew to build badge points and what to get to, like, you know, make my battles the easiest possible. But I agree that is a good critique of this game.
Yeah, another thing, this is pretty much always a problem with JRPGs, I think especially like any Mario RPGs, is when you get to the end of like being a chapter, or even just like at the end of the game, just like the random mob enemies you fight, that just ends up feeling more like work. Once you've kind of like figured out all the patterns and you're over leveled for those specific enemies, but you still have to like do those fights. It's just busy work at that point.
Yeah.
But that's an issue that really I don't think any or many JRPGs have handled in a compelling way. Like that's still like an issue with like every single Pokemon game. That's an issue.
Yep.
And like every Final Fantasy, that's an issue. So yeah, that this game's also surprisingly fairly linear.
Oh yeah.
Especially the missions you go to. It's basically like again sort of due to the art style. You're essentially like walking down a big hallway, but there's like a little bit of depth here or there. But yeah,
and some,
I mean,
like,
there's nothing.
I think, kind of expanding on your point, because I totally agree, is the sections, and I think I was saying this earlier too, but like the sections in between chapters, it just they don't always hit, because you have to kind of go through the underground dungeon of Rogueport, or Rogue Town, whatever it's called. And it's like, there's jumping puzzles. It's like, oh, I can use this partner to get over this. I can use this new ability to get over here. And I was having a very hard time mapping out the dungeon below that underneath area, the underground. So like, oh, I have to get to Pelberg. Where the fuck do I go? Do I go left or right? Which it was very kind of disorienting for me. I don't know why I couldn't get that down, but that made me very frustrated at points, because it's just, this shouldn't be this hard, or I'm wasting 45 minutes fucking around down here when I don't need to be,
Right. Also, super ironically, the platforming in this game, in a Mario game, is very weak.
They suck, man. Like,
it's so bad. In a Mario game, this game invented platforming essentially, but they can't get it right in this RPG spinoff.
It's like, so one of the best and worst offenders in this entire game is, so do you remember in the Moon Fortress, there's one room in particular where you have to use like multiple partners. You have to like, there's like gears and stuff you're like kind of jumping back and forth to. There's like gears, very yeah. It's like kind of Mario 1 like looking graphics kind of. That can be fun, but again, I wasted probably 20 minutes on that because I missed a jump because I was like rushing, and it's like, what the fuck, like I just want to finish this part of the game so I can get to the boss battle, which I know is gonna be fun. It's and the Peach parts. I mean, they
have some personality, but they're filler. They're filler.
So this is another, like, I'm glad we did this because I can again take off the rose-colored sunglasses. I remember talking to you about this before we played the game. Like, oh, there's like really cool story beats with Peach, and like this story is actually really good for an RPG. And like going back, it's like, oh man, like the Peach robot love story is just weird. It doesn't work.
It's weird.
It's weird. It doesn't work. And and like the bad guys, I had like no real idea of what they were doing, and like why.
Right.
I had no idea why.
I have no idea. I don't even like. You end up fighting like this weird, like almost Lovecraftian horror at the end of the game as the final boss, and it's like, who are you? Why are you trying to destroy the world? Have we met?
So this game did the exact same thing I hated about Final Fantasy IV, was that the entire game you're fighting this one bad guy, and then in the final boss at the 0 hour they're like, nope, here's the real enemy. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, and this game does this, I think, 2 different times that I cannot stand, is a battle that is scripted to the point where you're supposed to lose. Like, you have to lose. You have no way of winning that fight. So, and there's no warning of it either. So there's no cues to tell you that you should be losing this fight. So I've wasted items, wasted like flower points, like all this shit wasted on a fight that is supposed to go one way. You're not gonna win. You know.
Right.
I fucking hate that. And
It's so annoying.
And there's no excuse. Like, there's no reason to do that in a game. I never understood the scripted fight you're supposed to lose. It doesn't make.
I mean, like, I suppose it adds drama, but like, especially in a turn-based RPG, it just lands flat and is annoying.
It's more frustrating than anything else. And this game does it twice. Early on in the game, like in the wrestling thing, and then kind of with the final boss. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that shit.
Awful. 0 out of 5.
But I will give this game like 22 million coops out of a Bombery.
There we go. I'll give this 4 bloodthirsty newborn Yoshis out of 5. It's a good game. It's a real good game. This is a solid RPG. It is
play this game.
Enjoyable. Yeah. It's a little long, but like you're definitely going to enjoy your first like 10, 12 hours of this game immensely.
Yeah, if you like RPGs, like if you have played those games in the past, play this game. It's good.
Do it.
Do it. Wait, do we have any email? Do we have any questions from the audience?
We do not.
Fuck!
Sorry. Yep.
I need to start writing more fake emails.
I want to print that. I want to print that out and get it framed.
So good. All
right. Well, I have a question for you, Tony.
I have an answer.
Do you want to know what game we're gonna play next week or for next episode?
Yes. What's it gonna be?
All right. So
what kind of terrible game
I told you I was gonna make you play an RTS. So I'm making a real deep cut from childhood.
Okay.
We are going to play Jurassic Park Chaos Island.
Oh my god. Where do I even get this? Is it on Steam?
Oh, it's not on Steam. We'll find a way.
Okay.
Don't worry. Yep. So this is like a deep cut RTS. Like I played.
Is this PC?
Way back when. PC, yeah.
Oh my god, it's Jurassic Park themed?
It's Jurassic Park themed. I'm so excited for you to play this game.
I'm actually really excited now.
I'm so excited to play this game.
I thought you were gonna pick like Command and Conquer or like StarCraft or something. Oh, I'm glad. Get a deep cut.
I was between this